Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy, and today we are looking at the Arkenschild. Ooh, this is a gigantic contender in this massive battle royale that is starting this week. The favourite contender, Frosthaven, has been delayed by 1 week, but don't worry, all those coming this week are big contenders to take the prize crown, and this game, the Arkenschild, could be one of them. Ooh, yes! We have our first running contender here, and it looks amazing. We've lots to learn about this one, so this is going to be a long one. A long one, so get your cup of tea or coffee and biscuits ready as we're going to the Kickstarter right after this. The next social stretch goal on KiS 102.4 is the 250 subscriber. Subscribe today and unlock new music that will change the music in all the videos in the future. You could be part of the evolution. Alright, the Arkenschild. Now, here we are. It's a turn-based board game. Ooh, yeah, this is not a dungeon crawler. It cannot be compared to others like Arena, The Contest, Tanaris Adventures, no, or Gloomhaven, no. But heck, this is going right up. This is the Juggernaut's week. Only enter the fray if you're willing to go up against Frosthaven. Yeah. So make no mistake, this is a juggernaut of a game. It is epic in its actual project. Oh man. The sheer vision here is gigantuan. That's properly said. Alright. Now it is coming from Germany and it is going to be made in Germany, not China, which is interesting. You'll see here from the art and the minis, they aren't exactly humanoids. They seem to be of a fox-like or cat-like. Reminds me of the Khajiit of the Elder Scrolls, Skyrim, things like this. So it doesn't really turn me off that much. I mean, it's yeah, it's like a Khajiit world, I guess. It's a unique world, certainly. What they call in the AWL universe. Not, I'm not versed in that at all. This is new to me, and I love this idea of new ideas. I'm not that much into IPs, to be honest. Now, it does have an early bird, which is not obvious from the top. The first 500 that come in here will get some features. We'll mention that as we go down the page. Now, let's just talk about pledge levels while we're at the top here. They have this 49 pledge, which is the base game. It only is chapter 1 and it's 2-player only, and it doesn't have any stretch goals. Now, the stretch goals, there are 9 expansions, which is like 700 playing cards. 700 playing cards. Imagine you just got a deck of cards, 52 cards. This would be 14 decks of cards. That's massive. For me, this €49 is basically minimum pledge, so you can upgrade to the other pledges, because there doesn't appear to be a $1 pledge or €1 pledge. It looks like this is the minimum pledge. And when we start to see more of this game, it is a case of you're going to want to up your pledge anyway. I'm sitting on the 250 at the minute, and I will certainly jump up to the 310. It's not that much more, and it does include some extra cool stuff. In fact, you need this big one to get 2 to 4 players modes, because it includes extra materials for the 3rd and 4th player. Just be aware this is a good year off, so Pledge Manager will let you to balance the books, as it were. So if you've not got the money by the end of the campaign, just try and come in on the €49, and then if there's a quiet month on Kickstarter, he says, is there going to be one this year? It's been killer so far. then you can up your pledge for that. All right. Now, what can I say about this game? Does it have me excited? Oh man, this is so exciting. Oh man, I am bubbling with excitement here. I cannot wait to see more. There's obviously going to be a lot of stuff announced during this campaign. It's 31 days to go, and they have promised a lot of drip feeding information as we go through. Now, this is a beautiful Kickstarter page. You can see how it, I've been criticizing Kickstarters of late because they just look like update pages, and this does a fantastic job of introducing things between the Kickstarter font that we keep seeing. All right, so it's kind of 45 minutes, 90 minutes. If you've got like a play mode, I think it goes up to maybe 2 hours if there's 4 of you. It all depends on, players and stuff like that. But it's not long, certainly not long. Now, at the top, I just want to mention this video is 9 minutes long. It's absolutely the longest video on the Kickstarter of the year so far, I think. But comment below if there's a longer video in any other game. And yeah, it is quite interesting. There is this kind of idea of recruiting companions and getting epic gear, getting new skills, things like that. It is an adventure game after all. No, stretch goals. I don't know why it's this way. I think it would be better if it was designed better, because here you've really got to look at the detail, and really the only difference is between the Golden Pledge and the Obsidian Pledge is the extra minis, the velvet pouches, the 3-to-4 player mode, and this expansion that they're throwing into the big one, which is unique to Arkenschild. This is a little bit of controversy if you ask me, but you're paying for that expansion, you're paying for this extra. It's like an add-on. If you see it as an add-on and the add-on's coming in on this pledge, then it's less of a problem for me. I mean, if this expansion is the elephant in the room, then if we don't mention it, the elephant, everybody is aware of it. But if we mention it right out the bat, then it's gone away. We know about it. Simple as that. You're going to be upgrading your pledge, probably anyway, if you fall in love with this project. Certainly, I'm on the precipice of falling in love with this project. I need to see some playthroughs, etc. But yeah, come in at least if you need, come in on the project at least to get the updates as they come through each day. You can always pull your pledge on the last day if necessary. I love this art that they're showing here. This book, the Silver Pledge, Minimum Pledge, might as well be Minimum Pledge. Golden Pledge is if you don't want to have 3-to-4 players. Go to Obsidian if you've got a 3-to-4 player mode. If you want that mode unlocked, it does come with this new expansion as well, which the expansions, by the way, epic. When we go down, you'll see. Yet your adventure begins. Many months ago, a herald from the city of Outer Sands had arrived in Tharajin, reporting that the ancient ruins beyond the Great Salt Desert had once again become the garrison of a huge army of the fallen Empire. Scouts who had been sent to the north never returned. Rumors were spreading, and fear was casting a shadow over the southern kingdom. A lot had changed since those days, but no one dared to speak about it. Yep, the text is very, very dramatic, thematic, and as you can see, if I can read it in my trailer voice, then it must be good. This is how it started, with a rumor, a simple weapon, and a little bit of courage. You were doomed to gather companions and lead an expedition into the frozen north. Will someone join your quest into uncertainty? Hope so. I do hope so, because it's not a solo game. No, you must have 2 players in this game. So don't be begging them, where's solo mode? No. You can't have solo mode in this game. It is part of its design. They are not putting effort into this at all. All right. Now, the base game also comes with meeples, and the upper pledges have unique minis across the board. Only 240 cards in the base. There's about 700 with all expansions in. There's the game board, 3 game boards. The expansions are just pushing more cards and stuff, which we'll see, not including extra game boards, although there is 1 expansion which is extending the game board, which we'll see. Alright, so this is chapter 1, the boards, the content. So you can see the art here is not coloured at all. I do like things to pop, but do you know what? If I'm looking at these cards, the detail around the edge of the cards is beautiful. Look at this. Amazing leaves going around the bottom. What gets me is if a card looks basic. Now, the art for the characters is basic, but the card itself is detailed and a lot of effort has gone into them. And if these cards are just representing the minis, which you will unlock, then the beauty's in the mini, not on the card, if I say it like that. However, when it comes to looking at cards with enemies on them, events on them and emotions, it's kind of, I'm not too concerned about the art. I think it looks good. I don't think it's best in class, but it's still classy. I do think it's nice and classy. It looks kind of, I like it. It looks regal. That's what I'll put it like. And yeah, so the resources here: influence, power and experience. These are like currency. And then coins, which they say victory points are the coins, and there's a lot of these, 150 silver and 30. That's a big bag of plastic. Manual here, we don't yet know how big it is. We don't know, there's no rule book yet to have a look at. There's no, we can't have a look at what's going on in it, basically. And we've seen examples this month of titles coming out that give us a brief into its book. Examples are Starlight and Storm Sunder. They both gave a few, the first like 8 to 10 pages of the adventure book, just so we could have a look at it. It would be great if we could have a peek into your chapter 1. I don't think it's going to be a spoiler at all. I mean, it's coming a year away, and I always forget stuff. So when it pops at the door, I never remember the Kickstarter. I always go into the box, basically. That's what. So there's no spoilers that you can be doing, in my opinion. All right, so here are the unique minis. Obviously, these are just renders. Maybe during the campaign we'll see what they look like printed, but when they go off to the printer, they're often higher in detail. Now, I will say they don't look very dynamic, do they? And their bases look bare. I would like to see some, we're getting to see detailed bases this year, which is a nice trend. This seems to be bucking the trend and going for basic bases, and it's bucking the dynamic pose. Archer Kata here looks like he's getting ready to pull one out of the back, get him to knock one off. That looks okay. But Axe Fighter Barbary Ape here doesn't look. He looks like he's waiting for a buzz. That's very boring stance. Scout Kangaroo. She's got a knife in her hand. She doesn't look like she's in attack mode. Pikeman Cat just looks like he's walking down the road. Rogue Kata here just looks like she's not doing anything interesting. These should be doing something. Yeah, the minis are 60 mil, so they are big. It says here about 6 centimeters in height. Not in Kickstarters when it comes to minis. We're always in millimeters. It is interesting. We've seen a few. I saw one. I can't even remember what it was. It was in inches. It's like, we don't use inches for minis. We use mils. What is the, Anyway, they're big. They are big. They need to be more dynamic, and the bases could do with an art pass. Also, I don't understand why there's the stepped bases. That's weird. I've not seen a stepped base before. But yeah, could have definitely another pass on these. It is a good year away, development and all that jazz. All right, this is just that one up there. This is the 251. As we come down, this is the stuff you get in your 310. You're getting the unique expansion, the Black Death. More enemies, more bosses, more items, mounts, and events. All the extras you're going to need for 3 to 4 players. The velvet pouches with the logo on them. I'm wondering if this is like you're going to be saving your character and all his items in your bag, or why have you got 5 bag pouches if it's only 2 to 4 player? That is fairly interesting. It would be nice to know, are you going to be saving between scenarios in the book, and can you just slot it in your bag here? They do look nice with its drawstring. I do appreciate that. Indeed. Here's the early bird then. The first 500. It says a unique and limited edition. 2 unique first champion cards and a signed, randomly selected original playing card from the very first author edition 2014. I don't know what that is. It looks like these playing cards are even more basic than the ones you get in the box. It doesn't even look like this is an interesting early bird, does it? Like this kind of, I mean, is it literally a playing card? It's nothing to do with the game. It just looks like you could colour that in. I mean, it just looks very basic. Very basic. I do want to say at this point, this game has been in 5 years in development. Usually Kickstarters are in 2 years of development, so this is a good 5 years. So there's obviously a lot of detail they've got to unfold during this heavy campaign. The path here. This is kind of what it looks like on the table. It certainly is not a dungeon crawl. You got to get your head out of that. This is a different setup completely. It's an adventure game. We do need to see this book, the scenario book, but you're certainly going to be traveling through this path. You can see the 1s going to 2s to 3s to 4s. That's kind of your travel path going through. And the one above it is the secret path, a little bit more dangerous. The video at the top will explain this further. Now, key features, yes. Strategic skills, it's a card game, no dice. Huge variety of cards. Well, if you unpack it all, 700, you're telling me. Does have great replayability. Different characters, you go the secret path or the other path, potential is replayable. It says you can use dominate cards to affect other players. We don't know what that means. Rulebook, where is it? Experience separate game in game. Game in game. This requires the Black Fortress. These stars on it. To receive legendary weapons. Good, very good, very good. And unique visual concept. It's a unique visual concept, yeah. Mixture of sketches, detailed illustrations, and 3D artwork. Detailed illustrations. Yeah, we'll see them as we go down. Cards. Interesting, you've got emotion cards, isn't it? I don't think I've seen this before. Lots and lots and lots going on here. More cards. Now look at all these different cards. They all have a distinct tab on them. I hope when it comes in the box it's got dividers in it. Just thinking about storing this in the box with all the different cards. Oh. Loot. Dominance, affecting you other players. Mission cards, possibly side missions. Divine power, something from the gods maybe. A raid, really difficult missions, raid missions. Demon cards, Titan cards. I don't know if that's an enemy or it's something else. Ruins, must be some kind of magical item. Invasion, artifact, heritage, what's that? Skill cards, upgrading your character. Again, we need the rule book. Once we get rule book and we get more live videos, I might do a follow-up video to this one, just so I can explain a bit more and see how I feel then. Like I say, I'm bubbling on, super excited here, and so yeah, it looks like it's going to need a follow-up video. So there is that. Might have to call this one part 1 or something like that. Alright, these are kind of the resources. Influence, power, experience, and treasure stones. So if you see this as like a currency, the more you have, you can spend doing different things. The experience being the most valuable currency. Now we're going down to the stretch goals. It's strange how they've done this with the big X here, meaning it's not unlocked. We normally just see a lock. This kind of confused me when I came down, and this kind of confused me, like €49 for the pledge. It's like almost the same. Anyway, so these are the stretch goals. When it gets to €49,000, it will unlock the game, because that's the goal. Now this one's kind of weird. We've got 2 elephants in the room. This is the second elephant, is that the stretch goals must unlock extra languages. And it's made in Germany, this game. You'd think Germany would come out the bat with English, but no, even the Germans have got to unlock this. Alright, here we go. Chapter 2. It was the night. Everything changed. While the black creatures of the world were gathering in that fortress built of dark magic, fires blazed in the night, and from all sides the drums of war announced the imminent disaster. But Paradise's light guided our way. Surrounded by the icy cold of darkness, we crept past the half-decayed walls of the mighty citadel. May the North have mercy on us. New heroes, lots of new enemies, more items, events, and emotions. This, when you come to each of these expansions, if it's adding enemies, if these are all unique enemies, this is gonna be fantastic. We need to kind of know what the distinction is between enemies, and is it going to be 8 orcs, this kind of stuff. We need to kind of know the variation in the enemies. It'd be great if we got an update page on the type of enemies and the different kinds of enemies we're going to see. And are they repeating the same enemies? Because if it's 43 individual enemies, then I'm super excited. Chapter 2. For many centuries, legends have been told about the Titan Kings and their power. Argihina, conqueror of time, Argon, the mighty Ice Titan, Thera, the Tide Wanderer, Askar, the one who could defeat 1,000 enemies with a single strike, and the strongest of all, Darien, the Origin. And now we stood in their great halls with its immeasurable treasure. Okay, we're in the hall with immeasurable treasure, and we've only got 6 loot cards. Alright, so 6 immeasurable treasures. A heckload of dominance coming from this pack, though. Dominance. If you're affecting your players on the table with these cards, oh, this needs to be explained. And what I can imagine is when these stretch goals get unlocked, it's going to be update time. When the update fleshes this out, these are just teasers at the minute. The Forgotten World. Chapter 4. The Citadel had fallen, and with it the seals of the Ice Titans, mighty portals that blocked the way to the Western Mountains since the times of Daron. When we realized our mistake, it was already too late. Hordes of nameless creatures that had lurked hidden in those forgotten worlds freed themselves from their chains and poured over us. Ooh, 48 enemies came out of their chains. Interesting, we get 14 starter deck cards here. So much to understand from this. 2 towers? What is that? Oh my god, this game is mysterious. I love the teasing here. Treasure stones. You can see these beautiful green stones here. It's like a pea green. Ooh. With its beautiful emerald green box. Reminds me of Ireland. Then we go to Ripped into Darkness Chapter 5. Dazed, we staggered through the impenetrable clouds of dust and death, chased by the henchmen of all-devouring power. I am the fire, was the last thing we heard before a fiery storm of ashes ripped us into the abyss. From this arose a new evil on the outer edges of this world. The Islands of Fire were born. Ooh, nice, we're getting heroes. Just heroes after heroes in each of these packs. Can these become your companions? Are they heroes that you can choose to become? These emotions again, I mean, what are these things? You know, and is there like spells in this game? How does combat work with the cards? It's all a mystery. Chapter 6. Uncertainty and desperation covered their land like an evil, all-paralyzing disease. And out of this gloom crept the hideous beings of a lost, long and uncharted world. The age was about to end. But despite all circumstances, I carried the last remaining glimmer of hope that would lead us back into balance. The Arkenschild. Ooh, isn't it interesting, isn't it? So this Arkenschild is the glimmer of hope. I like how there's one event in this deck. One event! Is that to get the shield? So there we go. Chapter 6 before you get the shield. Maybe. In the video at the top, he does get excited about this map, and it is getting thrown in as a stretch goal, and it's very big. It is nice. You are going to be traveling through the chapters up through here, and yeah, so there is a path that goes on this map. It'd be interesting if they do stickers to chart your journey on your map, and if it is replayable, then what do they call it? Restickable stickers. Restickable stickers. Can't remember the name of it. Gloomhaven add an add-on, or there was certainly third party to get these removable stickers. There we go, it finally came. This dude here, he looks like a bard. So they have to be spells in this game. Have to be! It's like a little skeletal behemoth, isn't it? It needs to put flesh on his bone. Alright, the Realm of Immortality, Chapter 7. The Northland princes had fallen. The demons were defeated. For a brief moment, the land seemed to hold its breath. But the mortal world can never escape its fate. Driven by endless greed, the Shadow Kings of Darien united in their ancient stronghold, the dungeon to which they had once been banned. And there they lurk, immortal creatures of the darkness. The realm of the dead knows no mercy. Look at this! 20 Titan cards here. This must be the big baddies. Boss cards. 22 raid cards. The Black Fort. This is going to be an epically difficult box. Getting demon cards as well. So, wow, this box looks exciting, doesn't it? Chapter 7. 8 loots. I don't think loot. I think loot is uncountable. 8 loot cards. Hey, come on, the team is German. They can't get everything right, but it's uncountable, the word loot. Storm at the Icewind Puck. How do you say that word? We're doing chapter 8 at the minute. And if you're not liking me reading all this text, well, this game is going to be text heavy, I think. So if you're not enjoying my reading, then you might not enjoy the game. It has got an epic story. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying my route through this Kickstarter. Thank you very much. Okay, chapter 8. As the wind shifted, we felt the freezing cold. Initially very soft, but soon raising to a storm. It was the herald of what had been hidden deep under the ice for centuries. A horror so powerful in number and strength that no one could ever imagine. Therefore, we turned our eyes again to the north to face the cold breath of death. Our battle cry will echo through the ages. Oh, it's exciting! 42 invasion cards! Wow, this is going to be like, I don't know, just... What's the word? You just stand there and they all invade you. Card after card after card, it's relentless! 42 invasions! Now, I mean, imagine an artifact is like an epic loot card. So... oh my, all these names that they're using for all this stuff. There's so much going on. Ooh, here's another elephant in the room. 3 elephants in the room. We are at the zoo with this Kickstarter. The first of 7 expansions need additional languages, so they have to be unlocked here. So I'm guessing the Europeans are going to be on the fence here with this one, waiting for this to unlock. But just come in, guys. If German, French, Spanish speakers, Italian speakers, just come in. You can always pull it out, you know. So put your intention on the pledge, and you can pull it if these don't unlock. You know, be positive is what I'm trying to say here. Just look at this. I love the way this Kickstarter looks. Oh my goodness, this chapter 9! Game board expansion. It says from 2 to 3 squares. I don't think it's super exciting, but any extended game board is exciting in its, you know, by definition. extended game board is exciting, but it's not too exciting. Inherently, it has to be though. Chapter 9. The Hidden Secret. What we did not yet know is going to be revealed. Bundle all your strength and explore the dark secrets of the other side of Tafio, and with them an ancient mystery. Right, so this is super secret. I love it how we're seeing a planet here. It looks kind of sci-fi, this picture. And unexplored territory. You can see a different game board here. Question mark, still... These are true stretch goals. They're not made yet, guys, you know. We Are Kings, Chapter 10. My goodness, this is getting huge. First full enhancement of all your hero skills. Ooh. Chapter 10. A small group of inexperienced travelers has become a powerful army ready to take on any challenge and to fight their way into the unknown. Guide the fellowship of the Arkenschild with charisma, skill, and wisdom. 45 skills for all companions. Ooh. I hope this is Madara style skills where they can roll in different directions. That means 45 100% relevant skills for all companions. This would be, I don't know, really good. Again, we're going to have to unlock Chapter 10 to see this. While we're at Chapter 10, those people that hate Roman numerals and complain about it, that is a first world problem, and stop whining, you little girls. What's wrong with Roman numerals? I mean, I understand that they can be problematic when you're saying a year, right? At the minute we are NNXX, and they can get very big, Roman numerals. But when they're just small numbers, they're fine. They're certainly fine. All right. Again, another elephant in the room. We're getting this far down, and if this does not get unlocked, it means you're only getting languages for your 1 to 7 expansion. So there is that. I mean, I understand it is a stretch goal because they do need this extra money to do the translation. And as more money comes into the project, you know, the more units they're making, the cheaper it does get. So you need to understand that these stretch goals aren't Mickey Mouse. Alright, some more minis. If this is the concept art, I'm going to say the same thing. They are not dynamic, they don't look exciting, the bases are bare, and could be doing more. We're 2020 here, competition is doing things that are more exciting, so get on it! Truly would be. In this 31 day, if we get an update on minis showing the dynamic poses that you change to, it's just gonna blow people's minds. It definitely needs a pass though, in my opinion. So these next stretch goals are all for characters. Just to say though, the swordsman here, double-handed swordsman, look at the armor on his shoulders, looks fantastic. I love this shield. This druid, I love druids. You can see this beautiful coat with her tail coming down. This is going to look great as a mini. It would be great if she was holding this staff up high as if she's casting something. She's just kind of on the floor here, in between her cloak and her body. It looks like a little stick now, but it comes all the way down. Get this up in the air like she's doing some kind of druid magic. Swordman Vara here could be doing a sword attack with the 2 weapons. Make it look dynamic. Oracle Kangaroo. We've obviously got a spell wielder here. Hando looking more dynamic than any other, and have her cloak blowing more as if her spell is blowing all her fabrics around her. This would look epic. And this hunter, why has he got his arrow down there? It should be looking at you. The arrow should be looking at the enemy. His face should be cowling with anger as he's fighting a titan. Come on, team. Let's get these minis bubbling with sheer excitement. Oh, you can do it. Plus your sculptors. If you put them to this task, they're going to be smiling because it's going to be more fun. Who's this dude? Guard Wallaby. Yeah, some of these are supposed to be kangaroos and stuff. It's kind of a strange world. But this is like a little gnome? How are you supposed to make this guy dynamic? I don't know. Who knows? I'm not a sculpting douche, but you know, get on it, sculptors. What can you do? Renegade Fossa here, holding the shield out, but doesn't look like they're tanking here, does it? It could be shield forward, sword up, pushing forward. Yeah, and if it is a tank, shouldn't the tank have more armor? It's like sword and shield, but wearing cloth armor. It doesn't really look natural. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what Renegade Fossa's role is. I'm just going off the bat here. Minis are plenty as we get down here. Engineer Vari. Well, you can't make an engineer look exciting unless he's throwing a bomb or something. But yeah, it looks interesting. I do like this one. Skinwalker Barbary Ape. Ugh. If he's taking skins from people who might have a chest, a belt of skulls or something, I don't know. Again, he's got this giant pike here. He could be doing something more interesting. More dynamic poses, dynamism. The monk kangaroo. I've always thought monks were fist fighters, yet this one's got sticks. Could be doing something with them. I don't think walking is a dynamic pose. They should look like they're in war. The Obsidian Merchant Fossa. You can see here the Germans, they like to put words together, conjoin them. It's full of the languages about conjoinment. In English, it's Obsidian space Merchant Fossa. Yes, this is stinking of German language here. But that's okay. You just got to split them up when you say it. Anyway. Now that is the end of the stretch goals, by the way. 840k. So if they do reach this, did they have anything for €1 million? Who knows? We can hope. They do have social stretch goals. It says 1,000 subscribers to the Instagram channel. I don't even have Instagram. We're only focused on, we're busy enough as it is to have following Instagram posts. But yeah, it's just a double-sided PDF player aid that you've got to print. Can this not just be put in the box if it's a stretch goal? YouTube, for every 100 subscribers on YouTube, they will get additional videos. This is another elephant in the room. We're at the zoo again. Guys, you need additional videos to sell the product to more people. People that are jumping on this game right now are here, trusting that in this 31 days, you blow us out of the water with the ambition. So don't be hiding things on subscribers. Goodness me. Meet the team. Yeah. It's a fairly fairly medium-sized team, I'd say. We've got 9 peeps. So Thomas, 3D artist, talking to you, my friend. Get on your minis. We need dynamic poses. We need the bases looking interesting. Is it stone of the city? Is it sand? Is it grasslands? Who knows what it is? Get on it. Otherwise, all looking good. All looking good. Shipping charged after the Kickstarter campaign has ended. Thank you. It is shipping from Germany. DHL is the Deutschland Logistics Company. They don't have a post office. DHL is the post office in Germany. And so yeah, they are trying to stay low as possible. And on this talk of low as possible, some people think in the comments, in this early comments, that this game is a little bit of overpriced, and no, I don't think so. First, there's a stacked ton of content in this box. In fact, this is another thing, isn't it? Where if you unlock everything, is it going to come in a big box? I don't like to see these little boxes. Where am I looking? Yeah, the 310. Is this going to be a super big box? I hope so, even if the big box is an add-on. Secondly, the game is not made in China, it's getting made in Germany, so that is going to put the costs up. And yeah, we'll just have to see if a German-made game is better than a Chinese-made game. How was the proof in the pudding? How is the German manufacturing going to compare? And is it worth German made? Is it not worth going to China? That's another interesting conversation. Now, before we go away, we do need a manual. Like I said, when the manual comes and we get maybe weeks of updates and stuff, I will certainly pop back to follow this campaign, as it's a monster, isn't it? I mean, this is going up against this was designed to go up against Frosthaven, even though Frosthaven's delayed by a week. So this has confidence, absolutely has confidence. FAQ then, quickly. Anything interesting? Can you play alone? No. Mentions the early bird here, first 500. Can you buy extensions separately? They are stretch goals, so no. They won't be made if they don't get stretched. Can you upgrade your pledge? Yes. Use the pledge manager. There's nothing about $1 pledge here. There is zero about $1 pledging. It looks like the minimum pledge is 49 euros. So there is that to think about. So here we go. We've got a shell of a Kickstarter with a lot of story content. Lots of video are needed. We'll need to see more of the card content. Again, I think as the stretch goals pour in, we will see more detail of these boxes. So I imagine if they dropped on this day with all this information, this video would be 5 hours long. It looks like it's so deep, so we've got to give them respect for the gravy train that they're putting us on here. I do look forward to seeing updates. And one final thing, there is no BGG page yet. What's going on? Now, if you got to the end of this video, I must thank you so much, and you're going to think I am the worst YouTuber ever, and you're going to hate me for saying this, but please please subscribe if you can. That would be great, so you can get to see more of this content that I do, and the team at the station would surely appreciate your subscription, and hit the bell for notifications. Thank you kindly. Well, you're listening to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy. You take care, and bye-bye for now.